Chapter 11. Crystal transport, also known as looking glass transport, was not unusual in Wonderland. Most looking glasses served as portals to the crystal continuum, a network of byways that enabled any and every Wonderlander to enter through one looking glass and exit from another. Focused looking glasses led to specific destinations, like the corner of Wondertropolis Way and Timon Street. Unfocused looking glasses allowed travelers to choose their own destinations, out of which they could be reflected. In Queendom Sparamus states, as a body underwater tends to rise to the surface, a body entering a looking glass wants to be reflected out. It took practice to stay inside the continuum and master basic navigational skills. An inexperienced traveler might enter a looking glass in his own home, thinking to pay a visit to a friend across town, only to be reflected out of a looking glass at his next door neighbor's house. The traveler might then enter his next door neighbor's looking glass, only to be reflected out at the house next door to his next door neighbor, and so on until he reached his friend across town. Given time and experience, he would be able to make the trip with fewer stops. Covering long distances in the crystal continuum was tough, nearly impossible for all but the most experienced traveler. But short trips were within the skill range of everyone. The looking glass in the Queen's private rooms, however, was not linked to the rest of the continuum. It was a focus glass to be used for emergencies by the royal family and their intimates. It deposited a traveler deep in a forest. The exit glass was well camouflaged by a tight-lipped shrub. Having entered the continuum, Alice glanced back to see the wavering image of her mother growing progressively smaller among the brilliant crystalline and crystalline surfaces along which she and Hatter traveled. Her mother exploded into 1,000 fragments, jagged bits of Genevieve fluttering separately. Mother! And then there was nothing but blackness. It seemed like the end of everything. A black void rushed up behind them, as happened when a focused looking glass was destroyed, its path to a specific destination obliterated. Where was she being taken? Where? Where? Closer and closer the void came, gaining on them, and then she awoke, still in Hatter's arms, her cheek bouncing against his shoulder. Portal sleep was a side effect of looking glass transport among the young and inexperienced. Alice and Hatter were no longer in the continuum. They raced through a pitch-dark wood. Alice could see nothing ahead of her or behind, and she wouldn't even have known they were in a wood if she hadn't heard the whispering voices of the trees all around. It started to rain, to thunder and lightning. The wind picked up. How could Hatter see where he was going? From overhead, she heard the sound of screaming, pain-riddled banshees. Seekers, Hatter said, more to himself than to Alice. Yes, seekers alerting whoever was following them of their location, because someone or something was definitely following them. Hatter could hear it speeding toward them through the underbrush, breaking branches and splashing through puddles in its headlong pursuit. After what felt to Alice like a lifetime, the whispering woods opened onto a wide expanse, and they came to a precipice. It took her a second to realize where she was. The cliff overlooking the pool of tears where she and Dodge had stood only a short time earlier. How she wished Dodge were with her now. The water was dark and roiling. All at once she understood. No one ever comes back, she said, looking forlornly into the pool. But you will, said Hatter. You have to. Which was when the cat burst into the clearing and sprang at them, his arms extended. Hatter jumped. The cat snagged the sleeve of the princess's birthday dress, tearing it off with his claws. But that was all he got. Alice Hart, holding tight to Hatter Madigan, plummeted toward the surface of the water below.